Take a slow breath. In a world that rewards speed, Stoicism teaches restraint. Most people react instantly. They reply the moment they feel offended. They defend the moment they feel questioned. They explode the moment their ego is touched. Stoics do the opposite. They pause. Not because they are confused. Not because they are weak. But because they understand something most people never will. Immediate reaction is loss of control. And control is power. Today, we will explore why Stoics don't react immediately, and why a delayed response is not submission. It is dominance. This is not motivation. This is Stoic strategy. 1. Reaction is emotional slavery. When you react instantly, you are not acting by choice. You are acting by impulse. Someone insults you. You react. Someone ignores you. You react. Someone challenges your authority. You react. In that moment, they control your emotions. Epictetus warned us, if someone can provoke you, they control you. Stoics understand this deeply. The person who reacts first is the person who lost inner authority. That is why Stoics hesitate. They refuse to become emotional servants to other people's behavior. They choose sovereignty over impulse. 2. Speed feels powerful, but it's a trap. Modern culture glorifies fast responses. Reply instantly. Defend immediately. Explain yourself right now. But Stoicism asks a dangerous question: why the rush? Urgency often hides fear. Fear of being misunderstood. Fear of losing status. Fear of appearing weak. Stoics don't fear misinterpretation. They understand something subtle: those who matter will understand. Those who don't, never will. A delayed response sends a quiet message: I am not controlled by urgency. I decide when to speak. I am not shaken. That silence unsettles insecure people. 3. Delayed response creates psychological asymmetry. When someone attacks, provokes, or pressures you, they expect reaction. Emotion feeds on response. But when you delay, you disrupt their expectations. They begin to wonder, did I say something wrong? Why didn't they react? Am I insignificant to them? Silence shifts the psychological balance. You are no longer reacting. You are observing. Stoics always observe first. Observation is higher ground. 4. Stoics separate event from meaning. One of the core Stoic teachings is this: events are neutral. Meaning is assigned. Most people confuse the two. Someone raises their voice. They assume disrespect. Someone disagrees. They assume attack. Someone leaves. They assume rejection. Stoics pause to ask, what actually happened? What story am I adding? Delayed response allows clarity. Without pause, you react to imagined threats, not real ones. Stoics refuse to fight illusions. 5. Immediate reaction strengthens the other person. When you react emotionally, you reward the behavior. Anger rewards provocation. Defensiveness rewards accusation. Explanation rewards manipulation. Stoics deny that reward. They understand power dynamics. The person seeking reaction is often seeking validation, control, or dominance. Silence denies all three. And when nothing is fed, the fire dies. 6. Delayed response is emotional discipline. Stoicism is not suppression. It is regulation. Stoics feel anger. They feel hurt. They feel frustration. They simply don't hand the steering wheel to those emotions. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Delayed response is that power in action. It is saying, I feel this, but I will decide what it means. That is mastery. 7. Timing is authority. Leaders don't rush. Kings don't explain themselves. Commanders don't panic. Strategists don't act impulsively. Stoics understand that timing communicates status. When you respond immediately, you appear reactive. When you respond later, calmly, you appear deliberate. Deliberation signals confidence. Confidence signals dominance. 8. Silence forces truth to surface. When you don't react immediately, people reveal themselves. They speak more. They over-explain. They contradict themselves. Stoics use silence as a mirror. They let others expose intent, insecurity, and motivation. A fast response interrupts that process. A slow response allows reality to unfold. 9. Stoics don't defend their ego. Ego demands instant defense. How dare you? That's not true. Let me explain myself. Stoics don't argue with perception. They know reputation is built by actions, not reactions. Defending your ego signals uncertainty about your worth. Stoics don't negotiate their value. They let time speak. 10. Delayed response filters bad decisions. Many regrets begin with one sentence: I reacted without thinking. Angry texts. Harsh words. Burned bridges. Stoics build a buffer between feeling and action. That buffer is the pause. Within that pause, wisdom enters. 11. Not every situation deserves your energy. Stoics ask one question before responding: is this worth my peace? Most things aren't. Provocations fade. Opinions change. People move on. Your peace is expensive. Stoics don't spend it impulsively. 12. When Stoics do respond, it's final. Here's the irony. Stoics don't react often. But when they do, it's precise, calm, and irreversible. No emotional noise. No unnecessary words. No regret. Because the response came from clarity, not chaos. 13. Delayed response is not silence forever. This is important. Stoicism is not avoidance. It is not fear. It is not passivity. It is choosing the right moment. Sometimes that moment is now. Often, it is later. And sometimes, it is never. Wisdom is knowing the difference. 14. The strongest person in the room is the calmest. Emotionally unstable people dominate conversations. But not outcomes. Calm people control outcomes. Stoics aim for outcome control, not emotional victory. The calmest person cannot be manipulated. 15. Final truth. Delayed response is not weakness. It is emotional intelligence. It is psychological leverage. It is inner authority. When you don't react immediately, you send one message louder than words: I am in control. And control is the highest form of dominance. Stay silent when needed. Speak only when necessary. And remember, not every battle deserves your response. Sometimes, your pause is your power.